Hello, welcome. It's Abidi's Kitchen. And today I have another quick quarantine recipe. This is some noodles. So for this recipe, you'll need 2 packs of noodles. Any flavor. You could use chicken, you could use vegetable, it doesn't matter. And this recipe is vegan friendly. Some onions, I have here about half. Some pepper, 1 cup of diced potatoes, and 1 cup of cauliflower. Now you must use cauliflower in this recipe because this is going to be your protein substitute. Cauliflower is very, very high in protein. Now you also want some oil, some salt, I'm using adobo in its place, and some turmeric. So I have here about 2 tablespoons of oil and it's hot, and I'm going to add my onions into there and my pepper. I'm going to let this go like this for about 60 seconds. And into here I am adding half teaspoon of turmeric powder. Now you must also include this, you give it a stir. Now into here I'm also going to add my potatoes and cauliflower. Some salt, I'm using adobo, and I'm going to give this a mix. I'm going to cover, turn my stove down to medium to low, and I want this to steam like this for about 5 minutes until the potatoes and the cauliflower softens up. So it's been 5 minutes. And my vegetables, the cauliflower and potato, have been frying up here nicely, and it's starting to brown, and it is about 50% cooked. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water into this, just about 2 to 4 tablespoons, and I'm going to cover this and let this steam here for an additional 5 minutes or until the cauliflower and potatoes are cooked all the way through. Now you want to test for salt, and you don't want to add too much salt in here because you will be adding the flavorings from the noodle, so you don't want to make it too salty. So there it's been the end of that additional 5 minutes, and my vegetables have been cooked all the way through and they're still whole. They haven't gotten mushy. Now I'm going to remove this from the heat and set it aside, and I'm going to wait for the boiled noodles. Now you could have boiled the noodles from the beginning, and that way it saves time. So my water has come up to a rigorous boil, and I've broken up my 2 pack of noodles, and I'm going to add it into here, and this is only going to take 2 to 3 minutes to boil. So there it's been 2 to 3 minutes and my noodles are cooked. Now I'm going to remove this and strain it. Put that back on there, and I'm going to be adding the noodles into the vegetable base. I'm going to add the packets of seasoning that comes with the noodle. As I said, you could use whatever flavorings you like. Now this recipe is one that I learned from a Bangladeshi friend. And they usually make it for breakfast with eggs. You could scramble an egg in the center there, and you have that for breakfast, and it was quite tasty and filling in my opinion. Now I'm going to add a little bit of shallots for garnish, and you could put tomato in there if you like, a little bit of acid, but this is the way I like it. You can also make it a non-vegan noodle. You could put chunks of chicken in there, and it's going to be a little bit more wholesome, but this tastes great as is. Now I'm just going to let this go like this for 30 seconds, and I'm going to turn the stove off. And here you have it, some delicious cauliflower, potato and noodle. And this can be a quarantine recipe when you have your noodles. This is something else to do with your noodles other than soup. All of the ingredients and measurements will be listed in the description box below. Do give this recipe a try. It's simple, it's quick. Share, subscribe, And thank you for spending time with us today in Abidi's kitchen. Bye-bye.